I'm going to do this as fast as I can. Again, so it's going to be P of what? This is the key to this question. P of what? Tristan, go. Positive 3 over 2. If you do a negative, it won't work. Okay, so it's going to be equals 2 times 3 over 2 cubed minus 3 over 2 squared minus 7 times 3 over 2 plus 6, which equals, oh my goodness, 27 over 8, is that right? Minus 9 over 4 minus 21 over 2 plus 6 equals 27 over 4 minus 9 over 4 minus 42 over 4 plus 24 over 4, which is 51 and 51, that should equal 0. Oh. I just about keeled over right now. Okay, just if you, okay, just wait. On your test, okay, if you use a decimal, just don't show me. Okay, so all you have to do on your test is this. You have to say P of 3 over 2 and then say equals 0, therefore this is a factor. Because this question is like 1 mark out of 10 on the question, you know what I mean? Like, this isn't a fundamental part there, okay, right? Like, I'm not even kidding, you can just 3 over 2. I want you to tell me P of 3 over 2, not P of 1.5. Yeah. Okay? But then, basically, do what Robin does. Sorry to embarrass you, Robin, and just type all those numbers into the calculator, hit enter, and that's all I expect you to do. Like, you guys can for you. I'm hoping you're good at fractions, and you can get an answer of 0 using fractions here. All right, but if you... Okay, you and I'll talk later, okay? But for everyone else, so right, you should, like, you can just type it in. Was anyone else having difficulty before I move on? Yes?
I didn't get there.
Okay, what'd you get?
4.5.
Okay, where'd you mess up?
I did too. I don't know how to calculate with
I didn't have a calculator either.
I tried to do freehand. Yeah, but you probably used me at the answer earlier.
Okay, let's keep going here, please. We're going to say, we now have a method, on like 1 paragraph out of 10 in my lesson here. We now have a method for determining a binomial of f of x. So to ask Raleigh's question, we'll say, how do we pick these binomials in the first place? There's the rational zero test, is how you do it. So we're going to say consider, or the next page everyone can see, f of x is equal to a n x n plus a n minus 1 x n minus 1 plus dot 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 plus a 1 x plus a 0. Every factor will be f of p over q, where p are the factors of a, the leading coefficient. Q is the okay, now I'm going to get another way you guys can scribble, and then we'll try and explain what this is, okay? Now, if you've been in this course before, there's one, don't worry, it's not as bad as it thinks. Don't freak out, you'll be okay.
Really hard.
Yeah,
It's not,
Can you
it's not.
reread it?
I like how it looks like a wave.
My printing is not good, is what you're saying?
No, I mean like.
No, I just don't want to look at it.
Okay, so it says f of x equals a to the n x to the n plus a to the n minus 1 x to the n minus 1 plus dot 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 plus a to the 1 x plus a to the 0. Every factor will be f of p over q, where p are the factors of a, which is the leading coefficient. So the numerator will be all the factors of the leading coefficient. The denominator will be the factors of a to the n, which is constant. Okay, so the numerator will be all the possible factors of the leading coefficient, and q will be the factors of the constant. Now, do not freak out, because I'm going to show you how to do this faster. This is called the rational zeros test, yes.
What's the last thing said? From the equation.
A naught, just plus a1x plus a0, comma.
And then what's that dot dot mean?
That means there's lots more, okay? So like I'm talking about, like n could be like 30. You know what I mean? So we have like x to 30, x to 29, 28, dot, 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 all the way down to that. Now, do not be afraid, I'm going to show you what I mean by this. Sorry, I'm going to give you a second. I'm too fired up. I'm sorry, I love factoring. No, I do love factoring. That's why I'm not.
Tell me why it's not.
For what?
Was this just that?
That's it. No, yeah, that's it. So example 2 says, factor f of x equals 3x cubed plus x squared minus 22x minus 24. So this is the type of question we'll be doing. Now, we're going to use the rational zeros test here. I will show you in the next few days how to do this quicker, but go with me. This is the textbook way to show it, yes.
Can we just pause for like 1 minute?
Yeah, no. I'm too excited. I'm going to hit pause. I can't help that. We're going to start here. It says we want to use, so we're going to use the rational zeros test. To find possible factors. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make a list of all the factors of P and Q. Okay, so we're going to start with 24. P, remember, for P it's going to be the set of all the factors of A, which is the, oh, that was mixed up. Oh, crap. Did I say that wrong? Darn it. Did you erase one thing? God, please, no. Is that better? So P is going to be the last number right off the backward. P is the number at the end. Q is going to be the leading coefficient. Okay? So guys, is that that's 2 letters you can switch to. Hoping no one in math class would have that anyways. We should be okay. Okay, so what I'm looking for is all the possible factors for P of 24. Can somebody tell me a factor of 24, please? Go ahead. 24 works. I'm going to put that at the end. Put that at the end. I'm going to call that plus or minus 24. Okay, because positive and negative 24. Anything else? 2 works. I'm also going to call 1. Anything else that divides by 24?
3 and 8.
3, 4, 6, and 8, I think are the other ones, right? Oh my goodness, I need a bigger board then. Now you have to put plus or minus. Probably you should do it inside. Okay. Now after this, like in calculus, you don't have to do this. This is just, hold on, Riley, you're not looking happy. I'm just showing you how this is going. Q is going to be the roots of the leading coefficient. What are the possible factors of leading coefficient, go ahead.
Is there a way to not have to put plus or minus everything?
No, you have to do it everything. Is there a way you can do plus or minus a set? I don't think so.
Because it's kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of tedious.
Yes, it is. I agree. Agreed. Yes.
Okay, so it's the absolute value of Q, right? So we're taking just the 24, not the negative.
Yes. Well, either because technically, well, 24 can work as plus or minus. Right, exactly. So plus or minus will work either way for both of them. Whether it's 24 or negative 24. Right. To get negative 24, you can times negative 24 by 1, or negative 1 by positive 24. Like there's still two roots for it. Yeah. What are the roots of or the factors of 3, please? 3 and 3 and 1. Okay. Now, so what we're saying is right now, and Mr. Lacey loves this, so I'm going to do it once, but I will never do this again. Because this is example 1, and Riley's already tuned me on because she hates this, okay? I'm going to do this once like Mr. Lacey and then never again. What Mr. Lacey would do here in his class, he would make you list every combination. Okay, so do you know what every combination is? It would be, just wait. I'm just not talking out. 1 over 1, 2 over 1, 3 over 1, 4 over 1, 6 over 1, 8 over 1, 12 over 1, 24 over 1. I'm only half done though, because there's still positive 1 over 1, negative, then there's 1 over 3, 2 over 3, 3 over 3, 4 over 3. Those are all the possible roots. Now, I'm going to show you how to make it go easier, because you don't need to test them all. Okay, what you're going to do, you're going to look at the coefficients. I look at that, I see a 3, a 1, a negative 22, and a negative 24. I'm looking at that and I say, well, 3 and 1, there's a difference of 2, and 22 and 24, there's a difference of 2. Can somebody guess of what the x value would be that would work for that? No? No? Well, you could try it. Would 2 work? You can try 2. Okay, so what you would do, you can check it out. You can find out what happened. I'm going to guess, and I'm going to say f of negative 1. Now, hold on a second. No, the reason I brought up 2 is a difference because the gap between these two is 2, and the gap between these two is 2. So the point is, if I can make this negative and this positive, and this negative and this positive, they should work out to be the same thing. Okay? So let's try negative 1, see if it works. It might not. Okay? Yeah?
Wait, so these factors are in the...
Right on. No, so remember, we're looking for, this is the set that we're looking for, P over Q. So like you could have 2/3 could work, right? 8/3 could work, you know what I mean? Like any combination of both of them will work.
That's a lot.
It is, there is lots of combinations, but you're going to start at this end always. You're always going to start at this end. So I'm going to try f of negative 1. So I'm going to do that as 3 times negative 1q plus negative 1 squared minus 22 times negative 1 minus 24. This is going to be negative 3, what is that, plus 1? Oh, that's not going to work. Equals, is that negative 4? So that doesn't work. Okay. Let's try something else. Let's try 2. So the thing is, you got it. There's a little bit of grunt work here. Okay. Yes.
Why do you use 24 for the first?
Because it's going to be, P is going to be all the factors of this is what it's going to be. Sorry?
Why that one?
That's how it goes. It's always the last number. Okay, P is always the last number and Q is always the leading coefficient. P is always the leading coefficient. Right? Because like think, going back to just quadratics, okay? Let's say we're doing like x squared minus x minus 42. The numbers that you're going to need to find that would work would have to be factors of 42 would have to work. Okay, that work. So 67 in this case, okay? Right? But it works the same way for any of these. It's going to be based on the last number is what it's going to be based on. Go ahead.
But in that you have to times by the number percent.
Yeah, and that's the same thing that we're doing here, right? But if you take a look, if let's say the answer, let's say the factor here, let's say it was this, right? You're still using 42, all right? So the way it will work is 2x squared right? The F's that we'd be using here would be -3 or +7/2. Right, so even though 42 would still be our number, 21 that we'd be using, you'd be thinking of the factors of 21 are going to be 7, 3, 1, and 21. And the leading coefficient is 2. So from here, the combination would be P is 1, 2, dot, 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 dot. Q is going to be 1, 2. Up to like that. So it's going to be related to both of those is how it goes. Let's just finish this and hopefully it'll open things up here, okay? Yeah, go ahead.
How do you know when I'm over?
What's that?
How do you know when I'm over? Like the topper.
So, a little
And
slower?
forget what you just did for the last 2 minutes.
Yeah.
How do we know
No, I totally.
when it won't work?
If this has to equal 0,
Okay.
right? The number has to be 0. That's okay. So let's try some more numbers in our. Sorry, Riley, go ahead.
Why are we doing this?
Because we want to get something that will evenly factor. We're just trying to
Okay,
factor
but
this.
why?
Because we want to graph this. We want to solve equations.
Okay.
No?
Very
We're good.
enthusiastic.
Well, we're just solving. This is like the basis of problem solving and all that stuff, right? This is just the fundamental stuff you're supposed to do. Okay. So what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No problem. So you're using, what you're trying to do then is you're trying to use the entire set of these numbers, right? Now, I don't really want to do this because it's going to freak people out, but just go with me here, okay? So it's going to be 1/1, 2/1, 3/1, 4/1, 6/1, 8/1, 12/1, 24/1, 1/3, 2/3, 4/3, 8/3, and that's it.
Because you're going to do plus or minus.
Yeah, I know all plus or minus as well, too. So those are all the possible numbers that will work there for that.
We're supposed to write that down.
No. Okay? But that's what the entire set would be of possible numbers to check. Now, what I'm trying to say is start with the small numbers. Because 12/3 is 4, so it's already been taken care of. Right? Okay. One more time, sir. Because 3/3 is already 1, which was already here on the left hand side. And that's it. I skipped 3/3, I skipped 6/3, I skipped 12/3, and 24. Alright. So these are all the possible numbers P over Q that you could choose. Alright, so generally this is what I'm telling you guys again, start with the left hand side, right? So every question that I do in life, I check 1, -1, 2, and -2 first automatically. If I'm losing you, let's get to some positive energy here and get this to work out here, okay? Do you have a question or?
So how do we know how many roots it's going to have?
This is going to have 3 roots. It's going to have 3 roots because it's going to be a cubic.
But like, how do you know if it's going to be like a root, it's going to be like a second root or a third?
Okay, it has up to the maximum of 3 roots. It could have 1 root, it could have 2, it could have 3, but it has a maximum of 3 roots.
If they all equal 0 or?
No, just find the first one, because once you have the first one, then you will show you, like, there is some warm fuzzy feelings that happen once you get the first one. Let's get the first one. This is classic happening. Dexter, isn't this bad last year?
Yeah.
Was it? No, was it this bad last year for people when you guys did this in your Caps class? This is scary the first time through. Once you get it, Dexter, it's not horrible. Once you get it. Yes, 1, 2, go ahead.
Could you code this?
So we're just gonna go through all the.
No. You are never, until you get one to work, you couldn't, okay? Theoretically,
Then
you
how do we
could.
choose?
So you're going to start at the left-hand side and start with nice numbers. So I'm going to look at this. I'm guessing the number is going to be 1 or 2 is how it's going to work. We're going to start off small and get it to work.
90% positive.
You're going to try them all until it works. I'm sorry, that's all I can do. That's all I can do. Okay.
Even this other test, can you just sub it in and then just do that?
Yes, on your calculator, you can't actually do this on your calculator, okay? So using my note, I can magically see, wow, let's try f of -2 next. Okay? Let's try this one next, okay? So, we're going to say that's equal to 3 times -2 cubed minus -2 squared minus 22 times -2 minus 24. Okay? So this turns into 3 times -8, and you can do this on your calculator. You don't need to -4 plus 44 minus 24 So it's equal to negative 24 minus 4, all right? Oh, plus, that's a plus, there, whoops. Plus 44 minus 24 equals 0. Okay, so since after all that work, we found out that f of negative 2 equals 0, what does that tell me about the world? What's that?
2 is a root.
2 is a root. So we're going to say, therefore, x minus 2, so x plus 2, is a factor. Okay, so we've got x plus 2 as a factor. I'm going to talk to Mr. Kemp after class here to make sure that his class fellow is back with this. So how does that help you to solve this question? X plus 2 is a factor. What do we do next? I want to factor that completely. I know that x plus 2 is going to work. What do?
You do like x plus 2.
Non-division, that's exactly what you do. Okay. So it's going to be x plus 2 into 3x cubed, or what's my question? 3x cubed plus x squared minus 22x minus 24. Okay. Because you guys are all stressed out, you need some factoring time yourself. So take 2 minutes, breathe deeply while you do it, and factor that. Once you have factored that, you should have a quadratic in at the very, very top. Once you have a quadratic in the top, you can factor that as well using M&A. All right?